Hello to all traders and welcome back to another market review brought to you by Orbex. So stocks were a little bit subdued yesterday. Nasdaq coming off another record high that we've got on the screen at the moment. S&P shaping up nicely to possibly hit another record as well. But it's all about today's CPI data, which is expected to creep back up to 3% year on year. We've also got producer price index coming out on Thursday as well. So this could really shape the Fed's outlook for its September meeting if it's going to really progressively start cutting rates or hold back once again. Like we reported yesterday, Donald Trump is again really pressuring Fed Chair Jerome Powell to start cutting rates sooner rather than later. So will it be a case of, it doesn't really matter if inflation is creeping up, rates have to be cut sooner or later. So we'll wait and see for that. But just looking on the indices today, as I said, the Nasdaq just falling slightly from its record, and we're just waiting to see now upon the open if we're going to have a little bit of boost in stock data. But I believe the market will be a little bit subdued waiting for this CPI data to come out. Really hefty inflation. We are seeing a slight bearish divergence on the RSI as well, which naturally is making prices just hit a little bit more of a downturn. So this was going to always be a factor to take into consideration. Let's just take a look on the S&P. It didn't hit a record, but it was nicely, let's just zoom in a little bit better so we can see the price action more significantly. This is on the 4-hour chart, don't forget, intraday. So like I said, just falling a little bit from grace. Hasn't really turned into a bearish divergence for the S&P, but the Nasdaq and the S&P have really been going the same way for quite a long time. So this is not really a big surprise that we were going to get just a slight downturn at the moment, but it might not be for too long as well. So like I said, stocks really being very buoyant, being very bullish for the past 8 months since the beginning of the year, since Donald Trump really started to take charge in the White House. Indices flying, stocks are flying. Doesn't seem to be any slowdown. So can the CPI data put a pause to that? And obviously, like I said, the producer price index, which will which will be on Thursday as well. We'll have to wait and see. The Dow as well never really took shape to start looking like that it was going to hit another record. It was very subdued, very pressured a few sessions ago. And since then, just this kind of choppy action, not really getting into much of a flow, just stuck in this kind of consolidation zone, and failing to really pierce the 45,000 area, which was its previous top. But if we go back on the daily chart for the Dow, we were hitting pretty much a triple top that saw a record after slight firm resistance, but then we kind of had another touch at the record before moving a bit lower. So on the daily chart, it looks a little bit less flattering for the Dow because we had this very sharp bearish sell-off. But as you can see here, it's stuck in consolidation at the moment. Just wait to see for the next pickup. So what do you think on the CPI data? Are we going to get any surprises? As I said, it is expected year on year to pick up to 3%, which is a little bit detrimental for the Fed, but we'll wait and see if that has any bearing on its next results and its next meeting in September. But as usual, we'll bring you all the latest in the fundamentals and technicals as they come. So stick with us, stay ahead, trade responsibly, and we'll speak again next time.